Tijdens de uitvaart van gewezen president Chandrika Persat Santokhi heeft de premier van de Federatie van Sint-Kitts en Nevis, Terence Drew, tevens voorzitter van de staatshoofden en regeringsleiders van de CARICOM, een indrukwekkende eerbetoon uitgesproken. In zijn toespraak stond hij stil bij de bijzondere rol die Santokhi heeft gespeeld binnen de Caribische gemeenschap en prees hij diens, leiderschap, toewijding en verbindende kracht. Namens de CARICOM sprak hij zijn diepe medeleven uit aan het Surinaamse volk, de regering en de nabestaanden en benadrukte hij de blijvende impact die Santokhi heeft gehad op regionale samenwerking en eenheid.
Today we gather to pay tribute to the memory of His Excellency Chandrika Persad Santokhi. And I pay this tribute on behalf of the Caribbean community, CARICOM, as the present chairman. I had the opportunity to meet our dearly departed. A few years ago, when I became Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, he was actually the chairman of CARICOM. He welcomed me with open arms and a brotherly love, and his personality was really a personality that reflected one who was willing to cooperate and to welcome all. I remember he was supposed to hand over the chairmanship in February of 2023. And I remember it very clearly because that was the same month I think my journey with my wife started. But I remember clearly that he could not attend that meeting because he was dealing with very serious matter back home here in Suriname. On joining the conference of CARICOM heads of government in July 2020, former President Santokhi was a distinct presence within CARICOM, known for his gracious and dignified demeanor and considered interventions at CARICOM meetings. He came into CARICOM as a relatively newcomer, but within 2 years proved himself to be a capable, well-informed and determined chairman when he took over the helm of the Caribbean community in July of 2022, when the 43rd regular meeting of the conference was held here in Suriname. His introduction to CARICOM brought with it a freshness in approach, as well as an innovative perspective, which he nurtured during his chairmanship to achieve tangible results. He called for greater emphasis on youth, cultural diversity, climate change and forest protection, private sector investment, a CARICOM industrial policy, joint strategies to guarantee security across the region, modern technology, regional transportation, action on Haiti, and the expansion of the CARICOM skills regime. All this he did in just a mere 6 months as chairman. Significantly, he understood the importance of reflection, but was certain that the continued strength of CARICOM, particularly as it stood at the cusp of celebrating its 50th anniversary, would need to be an approach that embraced innovation, creativity, and rejuvenated commitment to togetherness and unity. Ever the gracious host, he perfected the opportunities at the 43rd regular meeting for CARICOM heads to deepen discussion and to find consensus while initiating CARICOM relations with Saudi Arabia, a hitherto non-traditional partner for CARICOM, and strengthening partnerships with the United Nations, the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, and the Association of Caribbean States. His collaborative approach was demonstrative of the multilinguist, multicultural, multi-religious, and multi-ethnic mosaic that is Suriname, and in recognition that the strength of CARICOM lies in its diversity of different peoples living in different geographic regions, but who face common challenges and are united in common cause. As we mourn his passing, I convey deepest condolences on behalf of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community and on my own behalf to the people, to the government of Suriname, his wife, his family members, colleagues, both in the political sphere and within the police force, and all who knew and worked with this great man. President Santokhi has entered into eternal rest, but may we find comfort in the words of the great Surinamese poet, Srinavsi, for his work, Because the World is My House. And I read, because the world is my house, I have lived among others. I have tasted other climates. I have returned to the tree at evening. On my journey over the earth, for reflection and unbridled rest, I slowly close the chain of travel before my inside light sets in the west. His Excellency Chandrika Prasad Santokhi embraced CARICOM as his house, recognizing its strong foundation, striving for unity and togetherness in a calm and agreeable way, choosing humor over disagreement, and airing his concerns on behalf of Suriname truthfully and honestly. He will be remembered for his innovative contributions which have made CARICOM better. And we say, rest well, dedicated son of Suriname, whose influence went through our entire region and indeed the world.